Good evening, everybody. Today, me Yatish Shekhar, my entry number is EX33469, and I'm going to presenting mind map about corporate transaction for company law subject, and my partner is not here, and I'm presenting for him as well. And our topic for today is corporate transactions. Corporate transactions is the criteria for a company to enter a contract, which means there are three criteria for a company, which means a company have a capacity to do so, and a decision is made for the company by appropriate organ of the company, and appropriate steps will be committing if to indicate the legal obligations. And there are another three criteria which to enter the contract is the company itself writing a common seal, and on behalf of the company a person must act under his authority to express or implement the contract. And the third is on behalf of the company a person must be orally under the authority to express the contract. And the third is the execution of the contract, which means the contract is signed by the director or company secretary or the persons approved by the board of the company. And the second thing is the window management rule, which means it's a Palmer company law, which is a person dealing assumed to read the public documents of the company, and it have to assent that proposed transaction to the inconsistent of the company. And the second thing is the Royal British Bank versus the current. Royal British Bank versus the current is a UK company law case that held people transacting with companies are entitled to assume that internal company rules are complied with, even they are not. The window management rule or the rule in the current case is applicable in most of the common law world. It is originally mitigate the harshness of the constructive notice doctrine, and in UK it is now supplemented by Companies Act 2014, section 39 to 41. Okay, the example of the application of Turan rule is the first case is Heesuk in versus Shi Tim in 1992. This case is about house developed by the company, and the person in the board of director he fought with another directors, and he caveated the land which is passed to other company for dealing. And as a result of this case, according to the Royal British Bank versus the current rule, a person dealing with the company does not need to inquire into regulatory in the internal affairs and proceeding of the company, and may assume all that being done regularly. So he cannot caveat the house which is developed by the company. And the second case is the Pekananas Industries Union Berhad and versus Chang Ching Chun. The case is a family company where there's a conflict between father and the mother and the elder son, and the father went to a private caveat to sell the land, and as the result of this case, the mother and the elder son has the authority to act on behalf of the family company, and the Court of Appeal had therefore put high duty on the intervener of or the possessor of the land when it implied that it was a duty not merely to inquire but assume that the transaction was regular. And the Twickeren rule is not an absolute or an unqualified rule of law. It is a rule of which only applies in favor of person dealing with the company in good faith. And other thing is agency and company's contract. Agency and company's contract, there are three part of the agency and company contract, which is first is actual authority, and the apparent and ostensible authority, and the third is the third party notice on agents lack of authority, which means this is estoppel. Okay, the actual authority is implied authority and not expressly stated and implied by the circumstance, or comes with the actual authority given with the job, or can be restricted by express authority. Actual authority is who is supposed to be in the duty, or who became the manager not by the circumstances, and which means not become the immediate manager, and it's already planned few times ago. And the apparent and ostensible authority is the there are many example cases for the apparent, and apparent is authority which are given to a person due to circumstances, and there are many cases between this one, which is Freeman and Lockyer versus Buckhurst Park Properties, and another case is Chu Hobson versus Beacon Housing Development Sdn Bhd. And the third one is the third party put on inquiry by the nature of transaction, which means a suspicious circumstances about the transaction that put the third party on inquiry. He cannot just assume that everything is in order and rely on the assumption of regularity. On the other side, the example of the cases are Northside Development Party versus Registrar General. These are the mind map for the corporate transactions. Thank you for me. See you in next video.